If you want to see Stranger Things, then Stranger Things, go to www.NTTFGPOD.com and subscribe. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie.
Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Yo, Rock.
What's up, Queef?
Guess what I... Thanks, Norman. Guess what I watched over the weekend? No, not Your Sister in Negligee. No.
Whoa. Who says negligee?
I'm trying to keep it... I'm trying to class this show up a little bit.
I heard your sister put down more wieners this weekend than Joey Chestnut. Is that true?
Did she choke anybody out?
She might have.
Joey Chestnut choked somebody out. Yo, this motherfucker, bro. Some fan comes up to him. Like, I don't know if you saw the video, but some
it's
fan,
protest, like some asshole wants to fucking.
Oh, so he wasn't a fan, right?
I
saw the video quickly.
Have their cause fucking
save the hot dogs. Save the hot dogs.
Yeah.
So some guy comes up. Joey Chestnut's got fucking 2 to 3 fucking wieners in his mouth.
Oof.
Throws the guy in the rear naked. Gets him off, and then keeps fucking shoveling. And then keeps shoving wieners in his mouth.
Yeah, think about all the sexual innuendos there. He's shoving wieners in his mouth. He's rear naked. He got rear naked, and he gets them off. The fuck were you watching?
Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, and he didn't miss a beat, dude. Choked the guy out. Wieners in the mouth, and won the contest. I think he ate 63 dicks. Wieners. Could you imagine?
In my heyday, I think I've said this on a podcast. I think I fucking put down 10 dogs from JJ's.
Yeah, I get it.
In Newark, and they're small hot dogs. They're not big hot dogs. If anybody out there knows what a fucking water dog is from a truck, you know,
yeah,
I put down 10 with like maybe chili, cheese.
I think my record was 10.
Yeah.
I was trying to join the Dirty Dozen Club.
Could you imagine fucking... Oh.
So I watched the thing. He eats 63 hot dogs, right? And before that, he drinks a lot of water. So he eats 63 hot dogs, hangs out after a little bit, goes to his hotel room. After 4 hours, goes to sleep. Once he sleeps like a whole night through, he says that's when nature takes its course and the hot dogs start to evacuate from the system.
Evacuate.
He says that he doesn't feel back to normal for 3 to 4 days after the contest.
Oh. And he's getting up there. Like, he's got to be in his late 40s.
Yeah. So, like, think about this. Like hot dogs, too. Like the nitrates and all that. Like, I eat, like, a hot dog or, like, Taylor ham sandwich, and I feel high afterwards. Off, like, the nitrates. Dude. So, but here's what's worse, right? So I watched, again, there was an ESPN 30 for 30. The guy that he beat back in 2007, who was the champion, Kobayashi from Japan, little guy. You're like, oh, this guy can't eat. Yeah, okay. So imagine Joey Chestnut eats 63 hot dogs. You eat 62 hot dogs and lose. So you ate 62 fucking hot dogs for no reason whatsoever. I don't know, dude. It just sounds like awful.
I'm getting like the meat sweats just thinking about it. Like a barbecue, right? It was 4th of July last weekend. A barbecue. I think I had like a burger, 2 hot dogs. Then I was like, oh, you want to know what? I'll take that. You know when you go for the burger without the bun?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna have the bread.
I'm watching my figure.
Yeah. I'm figuring it's going to get a little bit bigger.
I don't want my can to get too big.
These hips don't lie. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, God, how much meat did I just eat?
And they eat hot dogs not in an enjoyable way. So they take it off the bun. They shove it like in 3 bites in their mouth, like 3 hot dogs at a time. And they dunk the bun in water and eat it so it slides down.
I saw my 2-year-old dunk her bread in fucking water and eat it, and my wife goes, "Hey, is she competing?" Yeah,
I would think that the water makes the carbs expand in your stomach, but I guess if you're eating that much, like your jaw gets tired and it needs to like go down. And you ever see how they like jump up and down to like kind of like push the food down in their from their gullet to their fucking belly? But he's won so many years in a row now.
There's like, if you go to his Instagram page, I think, and I think I saw this like last year. I watched him drink a 2-liter Coke. Like people that can't see me out there holding it to the face and like, and then he starts fucking squeezing the bottle. And he just squishes the fucking 2-liter. I think it was a 2-liter. It was a big bottle, so I don't know if it was maybe the 1 liter or whatever. But it was it wasn't a regular fucking 20 ounce. And he just like looks at and he does that fucking like that raptor from fucking from Jurassic Park. And he's just like. Oh God!
How good does that burp have to feel, dude? I think you could like die from drinking too much soda too fast like that.
Joey Chestnut. Oh. Yo, Rock.
What's up, bud?
Today is a real good day. You want to know why?
Tell me.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. We got a dope fucking band on the podcast today. Now, go ahead, ask me. Ask me who they are and what they sound like.
Go ahead.
Way to elaborate, Rock. All right. If the Reverend Horton Heat and Morrissey were smoking a J outside a Stray Cats show while wearing Misfit shirts, you would get these cats right here. Vic, Eric, Tommy. Welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast. The Koffin Kats.
Right on, man. I like that description.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn spot on.
I love it. I love it. I was thinking today, man, I was like, you want to know what? We got these cats coming on, no pun intended. And I wanted to, I was listening since I met you guys. I've been listening to you guys and I'm like, what do I hear? And what do I, and I'm just like, and this is just me. That's my personal opinion. I hear Morrissey, I definitely understand why you were touring with the Reverend. You hear the rockabilly influence. No, you guys are awesome. I'm so pissed off that I got to Debonair Hall in Teaneck, New Jersey. I got there late to meet my brother. My brother and I, we go see the Reverend probably once a year when he comes around. And it's either the Stanhope House or I think it's in Dunellen. What's that place in Dunellen?
Roxy and Dukes,
which I think closed down. Roxy and Dukes.
We've done Roxy and Dukes before. Yeah, I think it's not there anymore.
And now Debonair Hall. And I come walking in right before the Reverend comes on, and I think a mutual friend who introduced myself to you guys, Metal Pete. I don't know what he calls himself, but Pete.
Yep, it was Pete.
All right. He's like, yo, what's up? This is Tommy from the call. The Koffin Kats. And I'm like, I know the name. I'm sorry. I just didn't know. And I'm like, ah. and I missed you guys. I pretty much, as soon as I left the show, I literally, hand to God, I actually, Spotify is my jam. I Spotify'd you guys on the way home. And I was like, I like this. I like this a lot. I'm a big Misfits fan. Morrissey's cool as shit, and these are all the elements I'm hearing. So we really dig you guys, and I sent it to Rocky over here, and he's like, "Yeah, let's get them on." So
that's one of the big reasons we like going out with say Reverend Horton Heat and whatnot is that it puts us in front of people who don't necessarily know who we are, but should know who we are. Mm-hmm. And it puts us in front of a good crowd like that.
Now, for our listeners out there, if you don't mind, I know you've been together for a little while. Can you just give us a little background about the band and how you guys came together and stuff like that?
Yeah, we so Tommy and I got together in his mom's basement. It was like spring of 2003.
Okay.
And we started working on stuff that would become Koffin Kats material. And by July of 2004, we were touring out in California. We booked ourselves our first coast to coast tour, and really haven't slowed down since. We got 9 or 10 releases out, something like that.
Before the podcast, we just chatted for a second. So you guys are out in Detroit, huh?
Yes. Yep.
How's the scene out there?
So, I mean, Detroit's always had a real strong rock and roll scene / punk rock scene and whatnot. And it's gone through various phases since we became a band. But it's whenever we do a local show, it's always going strong. We do like maybe 2 Detroit shows a year, but they're always good to us. And, we try to get out to the local shows as much as we can. There hasn't been a lull in the scene, I should say, in the last 20 years from what I can see. We definitely in our travels, we see cities go through different cycles and stuff. For example, St. Louis used to be like a huge market for us. In the last couple of years, it's dwindled down to nothing for us, but it always comes back around. I mean, cities do that kind of thing. When people move in, people move out, but Detroit's in the last couple of years has had a big influx of new people moving here and stuff too. So
when you guys said, so I'm always fascinated by this because Archie and I, we're in a band, right? We've been in bands for like 20 years together. When you guys were new and you said you booked your own tour, your first tour coast to coast, like how do you even know how to do that? Like what's involved in that?
I had to get really sneaky. And there was that AOL Messenger. Remember America Online Messenger?
Oh yeah.
So I would go and look up people that were into similar bands that I was into, and specifically psychobilly bands, because I knew that was a real small crowd in every city that we wanted to go to. So I'd find somebody that was either in a band or a friend of a band and say, hey, do you know anybody booking shows, or do you know any, psychobilly bands or whatever that we could play with? And I managed to get us booked like from Chicago to Seattle, and then down to SoCal, and then out to Florida, and then up the East Coast, and then back home.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. See, Arch, we just didn't have the mental capacity to think of good ideas like that.
Yeah. So the first couple tours were booked like that, and then we eventually caught the attention of a booking agency, and that made things a lot easier. And we've kind of come full circle in the last few years that everything we do now, from recording to booking to everything, we just do all in-house now, just because we've been there, done that, paid all the middlemen, and now we're back to just doing it for ourselves.
Yeah, so. I was going to say, because as soon as you caught the eyes of a booking agency, but now there's a percentage that needs to go somewhere, correct?
Yeah. And not the particular booking agency we were with, they're great guys and still super good friends of ours and everything. Both parties had just kind of ran their course, and that's how that worked out. So.
And do you guys prefer? Because in our situation, Rocco is the singer over there, and he does Dick. And I do, and I do everything. But it changed throughout the year since I had kids, so I do have to hand it to him. So I do Dick now.
We've switched places.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think whenever bands like ask us for advice and stuff like that when we're out on the road, and we always say, hey, the best thing that you can do is give each member in that band a job for the band. And that way nothing relies upon one person, and there's no animosities built up. Like I do some of the Photoshop flyer stuff and the recording stuff. Tommy handles all of our merchandising and shipping out store orders. And then Eric does all the booking. So we got everything kind of figured out that way.
Wow. So I'm Tommy, Eric, and Vic in one.
Here we
Rock?
go.
I just happen to be a graphic designer, video editor, so I guess I get stuck with the flyers and this and that, and and I book and
Yeah, but you're the only graphic designer, video editor with that. When I give you a request of something to do, you get like pissed, like don't want to do it. Good job.
So I just want to go back a little bit. Now you said 2003 Inception.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
So 2003. So you guys are almost 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you found, like, how did you know the sound that you wanted to go for? Again, just my opinion of the influences that I hear, or what I recognize from your music. But how did you know, like, what you wanted to play? Is it just this is what you like? This is what came out. You know,
we knew the bands that we liked, but we didn't know how anything was going to turn out. We just kind of threw all caution to the wind and threw a bunch of reverb on the guitar and picked up a slap upright bass and just went for it. And our sound definitely evolved since the first album and all that. And but no, I mean, if we set out to say we wanted to sound like a specific band, we do a really bad job at it.
Yeah.
We're just not that talented. So we had to just kind of throw all the cards up in the air and see where they fell. And I guess we kind of got lucky with we did our best to have a unique sound. You know?
Yeah. So for one of the feel that I got, it's like, again, I understand why you guys can tour with the Reverend, and it's just, you're heavier though. You're more punkier, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. We always, I mean, growing up, we're huge, like Southern California skate punk fans, Bad Religion.
I hear Bad Religion today.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry,
we're huge Bad Religion fans.
Yeah. There was man, because I'm literally just getting like really into your shit a lot. And there was a song that it was kind of, you had like one tempo going, and then all of a sudden the chorus was like, oh, that's Bad Religion. And I was like, nice. I like it. Fucking great, man. I'm really into your stuff. I'm pissed I missed you.
He's late to everything though, so you can't take offense to it.
Is what it is.
Okay, so tell them, Arch. I mean, he makes it sound like he does everything. We've played shows where he's literally showed up to the venue. I don't know what, 6 minutes before we went on. Just have my guitar tuned and bring my amp up and.
Have my guitar tuned. I'm going to try pulling that shit, Archie. I like it.
You like that, right? I'm giving my responsibility to the singer who doesn't know what tuning is. Have my guitar tuned. How is it like out on the road nowadays? 20 years later, you're on the road. I believe I was emailing Tom, right? Back and forth, right?
Yep.
How you got, because you were like, hey, let's do it. Let's set up a convo at night. Everybody has got day jobs just like us. How is it juggling jobs, families, and touring?
You don't sleep.
You sleep.
Sleepless.
You sleep.
No, you do what you got to do. I mean, if for us to get to tour, that means we're away from the family. So as soon as we get back, we got to, spend time with the families. Mm-hmm. And job wise, we got to do it. So if we come home on a Sunday, we're all back to work on Monday morning.
Yeah. So
we're in a very fortunate position job wise though. So Eric and I, we do sprinkler system installs like irrigation, yard sprinklers, whatnot.
Damn, I need help, bro.
Oh yeah,
with my sprinkler system. All right, good.
But the guy that owns the company that we work for, he's our merch guy. So
there you go.
Because Joey Drink Tickets, he wasn't out on this Rev tour with us because he had to stay back and work.
Please say that name again.
Joey Drink Tickets.
I love it. But everybody needs a fucking friend named Joey Drink Tickets.
Oh yeah. So normally he's out on the road with us, and we're usually home this time of year working because it's a very busy season for us. But because it was the Rev tour opportunity came up, we had to jump on it. Joey was going out on the road with us like way back in the day and everything, and put years in with us, and then he had to branch off and try to establish somewhat of a normal life. Mm-hmm. And then when COVID hit, we all needed jobs, so we started working for him full time, and it worked out to be a really good thing to where because we're in Michigan, you can't install sprinklers year round.
No.
So
Yeah.
when the slow seasons are going, then we just go out on the road. So it's like one big happy family, and
That's cool.
yeah.
So you guys like for Rocco and myself, like I have like we both have like connections with clubs. Some theaters, you know, we got to open up for like Buck Cherry, you know, like Rat and shit like
Sweet.
that.
Nice.
So how are you getting like, you know, like hooking? I mean, you have to name names, but I'm saying like, how are you? Do you connections throughout the years? Like you get to just jump on a Reverend tour? Like that's awesome. Like that's a big win right there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it just kind of came with just getting out there, playing shows, meeting the right people, and just one thing led to another. One person meeting one person led to meeting another person. And
Yeah.
you know, I think this was our fifth or sixth run with Rev. Yeah. Like
Oh, wow.
so yeah, we've gone out with them quite a few times in the past, and we always hit it off really well hitting the road with them. So they like welcoming us back. I can't talk right now. Jeez.
So Eric.
Yeah.
How you doing back there, bro?
I'm doing good. I got a serious case of poison ivy, so I'm stepping away from the guys right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy. Rocky's got the same thing. It's just called herpes.
Ooh.
So tell
Paul
me
Man
about
he got caught in a herpes bush back out on the job site the other day.
You should have seen this herpes bush. Oh.
It was huge.
So what's going on, Eric? Tell us about what's going on in your life back there, man.
Well, pretty much what Vic just said. You know, I work with him every day doing the sprinklers right now. But other than that, you know, planning tours, doing the drum thing, and trying to make it work.
All I know is that any band that could have a stand-up bass is just I look at that shit and I have no fucking idea. Jimbo, you guys like I just don't understand how that's even played, but that's another fucking that's another thing.
It's essentially like having an extra person in the band because it takes up an extra person spot in the van. And,
So what are we looking like with some new music? Do we have anything in the horizon? I'm seeing from so I checked you guys out on Spotify, like I said, right? And please correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I'm wrong.
Right? Most of the time.
Party Time in the End Times. Is that your latest release?
No.
That was 2 years back. We put a 6-song release out. 2 years ago now? Year and a half?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, called "You Can't Take It With You."
Okay.
That's on Spotify and whatnot.
All right.
We have currently 10 releases, and then numerous different things we've been on over the years with Maneater and stuff like that.
Yeah, the compilations.
Yeah,
dude. So obviously, I'm going to the top 10, right? Spotify, you know how it gives you like the top 10, your releases and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was listening at work today, and I'm like, I'm digging the sound and everything. I'm like, no way, Maneater, stop it.
Yeah, we played it live, but somebody wasn't there on time.
Got me.
Got him.
Who decided this fabulous cover, and who and why?
So Cleopatra Records invited us to be on a psychobilly goes pop type of compilation.
Okay.
And originally the theme of it was supposed to be all 80s tracks. Okay. And so we were like, all right, well, let's figure out an 80s song that hasn't been covered to death. And you ever see the mashup of the Danzig video and Maneater? It's a YouTube mashup. It's been around.
I actually have. Yes,
I've not.
So I used to laugh my ass off at that video, and it just popped into my head, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's Maneater. We should cover Maneater." I don't think any other bands are covering Maneater right now. So that's how that came about.
All right. I think it's a great cover.
So again, we ask everyone this, and it's like a hack question, but it always intrigues us. So, like Archie and I like a ton of different music. We play a certain kind of music, certain genre. We're like hard rock / metalish. What are the influences that you guys had? I mean, like, is this the music you listen to normally, or is it just like this is what you guys enjoy playing?
Well, I mean, definitely my musical taste for when I first started getting into this type of music, they've definitely expanded. I mean, I can name off my top three or four bands when I was first getting into this type of music, being Reverend Horton Heat, Bad Religion, Typo Negative.
Yeah.
Like those bands were really like influential and starting to dictate towards where the sound of Koffin Kats would go or become. But no, I mean, we listen to everything. I mean,
I think traveling on the road too opens our eyes to a lot of different music too. We've met a lot of bands and heard a lot of different music just traveling.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. How on the road? Meet some cocksuckers out on the road. Meet some nice meet some nice bands out on the road.
We're pretty fortunate that the company that we keep when we're out and about at shows and stuff are generally pretty decent folk. Our crowd is usually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Little rowdy, but that's how we like it, you know.
How could it not be with this type of music?
I imagine that the reaction that you get from people seeing you the first time, like again, Archie didn't get to see you because he was late, but met you, listened to your stuff for the first time. I can imagine the people coming up to you after you open the show or after your set and saying, "Wow, you guys are different," and blah blah blah. Like that you guys must get that reaction every show.
It never gets old, though.
Yeah,
I mean that's just for us. That's just reassurance that we're doing something right.
Yep.
Awesome.
Are we writing right now? Do we have anything new?
We're currently sitting in our control room right now.
Okay.
Where I have a stack of demos. So yeah, we're working on stuff right now. But you know.
How did COVID treat you guys? I know because we talked to a lot of acts, we talked to a lot of comedians, we talked to a lot of musicians, and COVID affected them all differently, man. Right? So, we wrote, we have so much shit. We didn't do dick.
Well, at first it was like, all right, well, we might as well utilize this time. But man, it was hard getting into the zone. Mm-hmm. Everything was so shitty and depressing.
We were in that cycle too, where we had no one knew how long that was going to last in the beginning. So we reestablished those first tours like 4 times.
Yeah, we kept having
like waiting 3 months, waiting just to cancel, and it was really confusing for a while there.
Yeah.
So like the first half of the big shutdown, we really didn't do much. Just kind of held things together and tried to weather the storm to see what was going to happen. And then as things started to slowly open back up, but yet there were no tours happening because we couldn't book anything because maybe one state was like, sure, we're wide open. Well, all the states that state were closed down with, no end in sight. So that's when we started writing and I took the time to build a studio and everything. And that's when we put out the You Can't Take It With You release.
We were doing some of those videos online there for a little while.
Yeah, we were doing live from the studio videos just to have a feeling of playing a show.
Yeah. We never, before COVID, we had never gone, I would say, an entire month without at least one show.
Yeah,
for years.
Yep, since
fucking weird, isn't it?
First time I stepped on stage, I was like 14, and I never had gone that long without being on a stage since then.
Rocco and I have not toured nearly like you guys, but we would probably, we've local guys, right? So we did maybe 15 shows a year, once, twice a month.
Yeah.
Like going a couple of years without playing, I was like, damn, there was like a piece of me missing just because, that's my glorified hobby. It's maybe less than you guys, but it's what I get my rocks off. You know what I'm saying?
It was weird for us. And then when we started practicing again, it was like, okay, do we remember everything?
Did all right.
Yeah.
Gelled.
Eric's like, suck a dick, bro. We did fine.
We gotta.
I knew my shit.
We gotta start practicing again here soon too, because we haven't practiced since we got off that Reverend Horton Heat tour.
Now, where you guys are located in this studio where you're talking from, is that where you rehearse or record, or is this just a meetup place?
This is where we record at, but we have a building, a larger rehearsal space that we practice out of, just so we can like move around and throw shit up and everything. And
great.
Yeah,
we're fortunate. We all live really close to each other. You know.
Yeah.
God forbid us be far away.
Yeah.
We used to have a screen printing business before COVID ruined all that. And so we had purchased a building and did our screen printing and everything out of that. And once COVID hit, all of our clientele was touring bands.
Oh, really?
And so,
wow.
Yeah, and so once all the touring bands stopped touring, then we were like, uh-oh. And so we stopped that business, and then that's when we went full time working for the our buddy's sprinkler business. But we still have the building, so we utilize it to practice out of.
Is that Tommy? Is that your email? Was that the screen printing? Like I remember something. Is that what you were involved in too?
Yeah. I was partner in that with both of them, and
gotcha.
Yeah.
Arch, look at these guys. They enjoy each other's company. They're happy to be around each other. They start businesses together. They work together. Me and you can't even stand on one Zoom call once a week. We were aggravated with each other.
Yeah, we always make the joke. We really do see each other more than we see our like direct family.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's great.
Are there any times where you guys are writing out a set list and you, Vic, or anybody's just like, fuck, no, don't put that in the set list. We're not. Who's
yeah, there's one particular song that we want Tom to sing, and somehow it just seems to not make it in the set list for each tour. So
oh yeah, now what song's that?
A couple albums back, we have a song called Choke, and there was a period of time that Tommy had left the band, and we had a different guitar player, Ian, at the time, and he actually sang that song on the record. But we get requests for that song, and I'm not going to sing that song because that wasn't me on the album, and Tommy's voice is closer to his, so it's only natural that it's the responsibility is his now.
And Tommy says no.
That on the set list for a while. We did start practicing it for a little bit, but I had never sang a full song. You know, I'll sing backups all day, but
yeah.
Trying to incorporate singing a song while trying to concentrate on guitar, I was like, man, this is just too much for my little brain.
Oh yeah.
But we'll keep practicing it, and one of these days it'll get out there, and we'll see the response from the crowd once it does get out there. But
very cool.
It's worth to go down the road.
No, but when it comes to putting the set list together, we actually pay attention to like the Spotify, top 20, the iTunes top 20. And we just kind of go off of those because that's what people are listening to. So
sure,
might as well go out there and play a set that people are going to recognize the music. We always have people going, oh, I wish you would have played stuff off of this or played this one. And but we're going with the mentality that a lot of people that are there to see us might not have seen us live before and only are familiar with what our streaming stuff is. So I can't fucking stand it when you go see a band and that all they play is like the new album, and you're like, I barely even know any song on this or have time to soak it in yet. You know?
See, play the hits.
Now that's a funny convo because I had this with Rocky not too long ago. If you don't mind, I agree and disagree. Okay. And now, why do I agree? Because obviously I want to hear fucking the hit, why I love this band, why I got into this band.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite bands in the world, love this band, right? I don't know if you know Life of Agony.
Oh, yeah. River Runs Red.
All right. Now, I love Life of Agony since I'm fucking 16 years old. Okay. I don't want to hear River Runs Red anymore.
Right. No, I
really
get that.
Because as a fan, I really appreciate what they're writing now and where they came to be and what band they are now.
Right.
Now you could walk through the crowd and be like, fucking play River Runs Red. That's all they want to hear. And like, I'm like, all right, I get it. I'm fucking, it is what it is. But when they start playing new shit, like I do like when bands play new shit. But like obviously, if I'm not familiar with it, it's like you can see the crowd that just dies down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the energy.
I'm sure when you start, as you guys, you're playing. If you play new stuff coming around, they're rocking out to fucking all your shit. The bottle call, they're going like this, and then all of a sudden this is a new one, and they're like, all right.
yeah. I mean, we ease the new stuff in. I mean, there was a time that even like the ones that the most requested stuff is now were the new ones where people were like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I think the Arch where I disagree with that is so like you're an Uber Life Agony fan. You've seen them probably 50 to 100 times. So you're the anomaly where it's not like we're like a rank and file person who goes to a concert, see them twice.
Yeah.
An example of this is, and I could be totally wrong here and talking on my ass, making up stuff, but I just saw the Black Crowes play at the Stone Pony down in Jersey, where we're from.
Yeah.
I looked at their set list. And I didn't see Hard to Handle on it. Like that's like their biggest hit, and like they didn't play it. Like to me, that's like you're almost like you're too cool for school, and it's kind of like a fuck you to like. I think a huge part of your fan base. I don't know.
Yes,
and if I'm wrong with this, I totally apologize, Black Crowes, but
I agree. I mean, here's the thing: is that we're all dudes that live paycheck to paycheck, and when we can actually get out to go see a show. There's certain songs that you're there that you want to go and hear.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, and so we can live in both worlds where we're like, all right, if we were going to our show, we know the songs that people want to hear. So we're going to make sure that those happen in the set list. And maybe we'll leave a spot here and there in the set list for us to go, oh, this one's just for us.
Sure.
And that's always how that's always just how we approached it.
Gotcha. Now, think about the other end of the spectrum when Springsteen's like, I don't think we're going to play Dancing in the Dark tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because it's like you can hum that song in your sleep. I guess it's okay to leave that one out. But again, what's he have like 50 number ones though? So, you're gonna have to trim some fat somewhere,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll play for 3 hours and still doesn't play like hits. So what kind of career did he have?
Fucking hack.
My mother-in-law is 68. For her birthday, we bought her McCartney tickets at the MetLife in Jersey. 80 years old, he played for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney. I mean, I don't know if you guys were into the Beatles. I'm okay. Like, Beatles are cool. They're awesome.
I appreciate.
Yeah,
I can appreciate musicianship though. And
I agree. I agree with you. But like 80 years old, 80. Do you know people are fucking trying to suck out of an oxygen tank at 80?
Yeah, we just caught Willie Nelson. Yeah. He's pushing 90.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, he did about an hour and a half, I would say.
We're talking about like Springsteen, McCartney, Willie Nelson, definitely out of your genres. What is something that you love out of your genres?
Waylon.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Straight up.
He's not kidding either.
Snoop Dogg from 1992, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still a cool motherfucker, but that's when my favorite era was.
Yeah. I mean, Waylon Jennings is like one of my all-time favorite dudes.
You and me both.
Yeah, Rocky's a big
into outlaw country.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
No.
Now, there's times on the podcast, Rocky and I will just sit here and we'll just talk about 90s rap for a half hour. 90s rap is probably one of my favorite genres of all. Biggie, fucking
Tupac.
Cypress.
Yes.
Yep.
Like that shit. We love that shit. So definitely for me, like 90s rap, Springsteen. I love Sinatra. I love fucking Life of Agony. I have all types of genres that I love.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you appreciate music, you also appreciate the fact that there's certain moods, there's certain times of the day, there's certain just weather that you can't just live in one genre. And if you are, then you're robbing yourself of the beauty of what music can do for you.
Yep.
And on top of that, music itself can be a time machine where you can listen to a song that you haven't heard for 25 years and it can take you right back, to that moment, that time and all that. So, if you want to be so strict about going, well, it's this genre or it's nothing else, then that's your problem.
Yeah. I feel like we grew up with a lot of people like that were, the more they're like that, the more I feel like the less they know about music, where they listen to one genre and everyone else is a poser. And I've had friends that if more than 5 people knew who the band was, they don't listen to them anymore because now they're played out. And I'm like, like dumb shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's their problem.
Yeah. I mean, some days you need to crip walk. Some days you need to put on a cowboy hat.
Right on. There's a place for both of those things.
Exactly.
Tommy's done them all.
Yeah. In one day.
Yeah.
You guys got to connect with the screen printing. That's a fucking t-shirt right there.
Look at that.
So, Rocky and I really appreciate the time that you gave us, bro. I want to give a shout out to Metal Pete for introducing me to you guys. Again, I apologize. I missed you. But I won't. But go fuck yourself.
Is that what you were doing?
When's the next tour, and when you guys come near Jersey, New York?
Well, we got some sporadic dates throughout the summer. Nothing coming that way. I'm not really sure when we're going to be back in New Jersey. The best bet would be probably sometime maybe late winter, early spring. If not, then whenever we can tail something together.
Perfect. Awesome.
Well, when you are in the area, whether it's Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, that's kind of the area we live in.
Or Rocky's mother's house, wherever.
There we go. Wherever. Make sure that we will definitely be there. I'll make sure this guy's on time.
Yeah, we'll just tell him the show, we go on at 5.
Yeah,
so when we go on at 10, 11, he'll be there.
I used to have to do that to him when we would ask our friends to come to shows. They're really, really good, and we get a ton of people. But I'd always have to lie to them and tell them, like, we go on it. If we went on at 9, I'm like, yeah, we go on at like 7:30 because they'll walk in at like 5 minutes to 9. I would tell Archie that too. I'd be like, well, what time they say load in is? I'm like, if load in's 5, I'm like, yeah, 3 o'clock. We got to be there. It's just,
it's a big production. We got to get there early. 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah.
I know this is not the right thing to say, but in my defense, I used to really give a fuck years ago. when I knew the ship has sailed and I realized that I will be a video editor for the rest of my life, I said, I'll get there when I fucking get there.
There you go. You showed them. You showed the establishment.
I showed the whole fucking scene. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody out there listening, the Koffin Kats, can you please let everybody know where they could find you, where they could see you? Let them know.
So the quickest, easiest place to find any of our upcoming shows is our website, and that's coffincatsrock.com. Otherwise, we are on the Facebook, the Instagram, all that social media stuff. It's just a internet search of Koffin Kats with K's. You'll find us.
Awesome, bro. Tommy, Vic, Eric, Koffin Kats out of Detroit. We really appreciate your time, man. We really do.
Hey,
and
thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
You guys,
and,
thank you.
And genuinely, I really enjoy your shit, and I'm getting into it more and more as I listen to it. And I can't wait to see you live.
Right on.
Oh, yeah,
we'll hopefully see you within a year from now.
And we'll talk again.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Sounds
Take care.
good, fellas.
Thanks so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Koffin Kats from Detroit, Michigan, my friend. Woo!
They are, pun intended, cool cats.
Cool cats.
That's the first time I ever saw a band get along. That was weird. They liked each other.
All fucking 3 of them in the same room, chilling.
Work together. They like each other.
I know.
Like they're onto something.
I think they are onto something. Well, definitely check them out, man. I don't think I was too far off by saying an influence of obviously Stray Cats, Reverend Morrissey, fucking.
No, dude. I think I listened to them. I think you were spot on with that. That was a good observation.
Definitely check them out. and go to their website and see where they're coming along, support some local music. They're chill guys. And here it comes. Rocco, what do you have to say to the people?
If you just heard us talking to the Koffin Kats and you got 2 full sleeves full of tats, you and your friends will never be rats because you don't want to end up in the back of a trunk like Billy Bats, then you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
We out. Hand to God.
Go get your fucking shine box.